Welcome everyone to the Virgo full moon ceremony. Many of you may know Virgo is the sign of the priestess. So we are entering priestess season right now. I'm very excited. Let's call in sacred space. All right. Let's take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to drop our grounding cords down into the earth and send your roots down. Send them all the way down, spread them out, let them commingle with all the other roots all around you. Really get yourself anchored. And then inhale, draw that earth energy up through your body. Send it up and out through the top of the head. Connect with the heart of the divine above. Inhale, draw that cosmic energy down through your body. Send it by your intent all the way down into the earth and activate that as above, so below flow. We are the agents of that connection. Our bodies form that bridge. So take a breath, connect to that flow, and then breathing in and breathing out, activate the as within, so without. That puts you at the effect, or not at the effect of the outside influences. It puts you in charge of the vibration that you're sending out. So you flip the switch. So we activate the as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be in a body right now, to be standing on our own 2 feet. Moving to the south, we welcome water, clear, clean, current, emotional energy. We welcome love and joy and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, clarity, all of our guidance, all of our etheric allies. Moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we call in the divine feminine. We reach up and call in the highest vibrational light, all her names, all her many iterations, and ones that we haven't even experienced yet. We call in that high vibrational divine feminine energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. We ask that all these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us for our mutual benefit. Here we go, everyone. Let's get up and move our bodies, activate all that we've called in. That's all it takes for me to feel better. I hope that does the same for you. Yes, hello everyone. Everybody's getting acquainted on the chat. Awesome. So hopefully, now folks have been promising this for a while, that we'd start to feel better. And I don't know about everyone else out there, but I have begun to feel that just a little bit. Things feel like they're starting to lift and open. It could just be, spring energy coming in. But that is what appears to be happening. And we have a lot of players, but I just want all of us to just take a moment and drop into our bodies and just feel. Just breathe, relax, let your shoulders drop, and just notice where you are. I mean, for some of us, and not because of any outside reason other than maybe the chaos that's happening in Europe. And I think all of us have, as women, are running that. It's been a rough 3 months. I mean, I put a meme on, I shared on my Facebook page of the little kid that's taking a bite of cocoa and he's all excited because yay, chocolate. And then it's that pure bitter cocoa and the look on his face is just like, and I said, yeah, this is us in 2022. And so that's been our experience. And we're still, I think, in the throes of doing what we can do and sending prayers and holding space for everyone in the Ukraine. And at the same time, and I think probably for me personally, it's the Virgo full moon. It's like when she comes in, there's an empowerment that comes with her. And I've begun to feel like, yeah, I can hold space for this. I can anchor in the divine right now, even in the midst of all the chaos. And so I hope that's showing up for all of you as well. And if it's not, we're going to do our best to get you there. So let's talk about what's going on out there in the skies a little bit. So depending on if you're on the new time change or not, this might be an hour off, but Central Standard Time, the moon was exactly full in Virgo at 4:18 this morning. And like I said, that can change if move an hour one direction or the other, but for the most part, we are right in it. We are right in that new moon or full moon energy. And this one is great for, Virgo is the consummate priestess. She holds space for a lot of people. She creates ceremony. She institutes, she sets the table for everyone and everything around her. And she holds energy for health. So she's all about details and systems and procedures and being organized and keeping things clean and managing all of it, all of the planet. So as with every full moon, this is a time that is really good to release things. So anything like maybe bad eating habits, anything that has to do with your health. And there's some other players that we're going to talk about. This is a really juicy time. So we have the potential to set some really good intentions today. So here's some other things that are happening with the moon, but be thinking about what are things you want to release in order to move forward. And this is like a 2-week period that we do this release before we move into new moon energy and set an intention to create something new. So Neptune, and some people don't like Neptune. I love Neptune. And it holds a lot of Piscean energy. And it's in opposition to the moon right now. So Neptune is all about spiritual connection, all about spiritual awakening, and all about creativity, lots of water. So, that's encouraging us to move into a state of flow consistently and to really dive deeply into our dreams, to also be thinking about life purpose. And Pluto's going to really support that because it's lining up with the moon, and he adds wealth and power to the mix, strengthens all the other planets in this configuration. And both of those are water signs. So that's lots of big emotional stuff. So you may find yourself feeling emotions very deeply. And then the lunar nodes on either side really encourage us to align with our life purpose. So what we brought in and what we're here to do. And also we're encouraged right now, because Pluto brings in money, to think outside the box when you're thinking about your financial situation. Are there things you can do to improve it? And really diving into your intuition to just, what am I supposed to do next? Allowing ourselves to be led by the divine and plugging into that inner connection so that we can allow ourselves to be in alignment. And when we're in alignment, things can flow. So there's other things happening. And I think this little dance with Venus and Uranus, I'm almost grateful, because at least we don't have, well, we still have, but it's not as prominent for a little bit. I love this. She says, I'm currently Virgoing my loose stacks of paper, and I just flipped a page that says, your life is up to you. Well, yeah, wow. That's a pretty loud message. So the way Venus and Uranus are interacting right now is they've traded places. Well, not traded places. Right. Yeah, that's beautiful, Val. It says Venus and Uranus are eager to interact, not just because of their tight square, but because they're also in mutual reception. So what that means is they're in each other's signs. So Venus is in Aquarius, which is the ruler. Uranus is the ruler of that sign, Aquarius. And then Uranus is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So they're interacting in a way that kind of mirrors each other back and forth. And then you need to remember, number one, Uranus and Aquarius are all about expansion, and Venus and Taurus are all about love and passionate connection to the earth plane. So Venus has always been in a love affair with this planet. And what that's going to mean is that, we're going to have an expanded experience of our relationship with the earth. And we're going to feel, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that say, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get outside. I can't wait to go and me included. I'm looking at my calendar, seeing when I can go to the river and camp. So that is prompted. I mean, other than that's just what I love and I need to connect, that's prompted by this particular configuration. So all of that's going to be expanded with the Uranus Aquarius connection. And Uranus is just about making things bigger, expanding, thinking outside of the box, just like Aquarius. So mostly what we've been feeling is that alignment between Uranus and Pluto encouraging us to get all of our ducks in a row and get our lessons learned and, get on with life and make appropriate changes. And that's been, I've just watched and people are still, that has been a heavy burden to have on our shoulders because most of us have a lot of unfinished business. So to have this take place right now is a bigger shift, and it kind of diverts our attention from all that heaviness and encourages us to just go outside and play. The other thing this is going to affect heavily is relationships, because Venus is the ruler of relationships. So, and this can go either way, excuse me. Relationships can be disrupted, but usually if they are, it's because something needs to be healed or released. And so you can either, things might get a little scratchy, and by the same token, they could also come together in a magnificent way and raise to a much more functional arena than they've been in. So it's just an area to watch and set intentions around so that so that you can at least, move with the intent of right action and upliftment, because I think what all of us need right now is upliftment. We need some big, clean, clear energy to move us forward. So hopefully we're going to receive that this time. And the cards I pulled today were amazing. I'm really excited to share those here in just a minute. And I do want to give a little bit of I think I used this slide the last time, but one of Pluto's biggest gifts is wealth. If you can move through your lessons around money, Pluto will shower it upon you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just money. It can be anything that improves your life. So, one of my most rewarding wealth things comes when I get to increase my service capacity. So, as a teacher, as a healer, the bane of my existence is advertising and building classes. But every single time I open a circle, every single time I get to just be here and share with people, I receive on so many levels. So I'm just going to invite all of you to open to deeper spiritual awakening, to open to receive from Pluto. A lot of times, especially right now, Pluto's getting a bad rap. We don't like him very much right now. So I'm going to encourage all of us to open to receive more and decide what kinds of wealth matter most to you. Release your anger, blame, and judgment at Pluto for any negativity that's going on, and begin to make friends with Pluto. So I'm going to give us some journal time. Need to go grab mine. But questions, I'm going to play some music, and I want you to just sit with these and just see where your focus is and things that you may want to release as we begin to think about intentions. So things you want to ask: how's your health? Are there any habits that may need adjusting, that may need up leveling, things that you may want to release? How can you more creatively pursue your life purpose? Is there some place that needs to be up leveled? Maybe, you might need to release something around that. What adjustments need to be made in your relationships? And then, are there any budget issues that you need to attend to? So let me get us some music going, and then I'm going to go grab my journal really quick. Here we go. Actually, I take that back. They get mad at me on YouTube if I play anything that isn't free. And the music that I have is very uppity. It's not conducive to journaling. So you go ahead and journal. I'll be right back. I'll give you about 30 more seconds on those. You're going to have more time to write when we go into the divination piece of this and we get answers from the elements. So we're using my card deck, Alchemy Tools of the Profitable Priestess. And I love this deck because we get to really go to source energy on this planet, which is earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. And utilize their energy to learn and know what to expect in the coming 2 weeks. So the first one I pulled for the earth element, which I loved, was practical wisdom. And, that's just why I have such a love affair with the planet, that, and my Venus is in Taurus. So this time of year with Venus playing around with Uranus and all of that, to me feels just yummy. And one of the things I love about this planet is, she's just practical. It's like, we've entered the age of Aquarius, and we all have a tendency to be way up there and out in the clouds a lot of the time. And sometimes you just got to go sit on the ground, and you just got to get real down to earth, pardon the pun, and practical. So this card says practical wisdom is one of the golden nuggets of Earth Mother's gifts. Sometimes it can feel elusive simply because it's so practical. The solution to any problem is usually literally hiding in plain sight. If you're struggling with a problem, go outside and sit on the ground, maybe next to a tree. Get quiet. Imagine your roots going way down into the earth, and ask her, talk to her, ask her for practical wisdom, and then relax and wait. The answer is as close as your breath. Every time I've done this, I have never been disappointed. I always get the answer I need. I can remember one time in particular, I happened to have my phone with me, and I needed some more income. And this was way back early on, when I was still piecing together this business, and I was sitting in the medicine wheel. And that's what I told her. I just said, Mom, I need some more money. Show me. And while I was sitting there, I get a text from someone in one of my circles that needed someone to clean her house, wanted to know if I knew of anyone. And that ended up being exactly what I needed for a really long period of time. Just the little piece of support that I needed right then. That answer was just about immediate. So test her, test this. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. So go ahead and journal with that for just a minute, and then we'll move to water. So everyone's going to be happy about this. In the water door, I pulled abundance. I don't know if we've ever pulled that card in here. So abundance is defined as the state or condition of having a copious quantity of something, anything. Plentifulness. Abundance truly describes the natural state of this planet. This is an abundant planet. She always has been. She will continue to be. No matter how much indiscretion we reap upon her, she still manages to provide for us abundantly. Everything here has the potential to show up abundantly. The natural progression of life on this planet is to beget more life, to grow into more and more abundance. So, if there are places in your life where you don't feel abundant, it's time to prime the pump. Spend some time aligning with the energy and the vibration of abundance, not just enough, abundance. What it would feel to have more than enough. That's awesome, Valerie. You are very connected in the spiritual realm, if that is the case. Where do you need to remember that abundance is your natural state? Where do you need to open to receive? The miracle key for stimulating abundance is gratitude. Where do you need to be grateful today for what may be coming in tomorrow? So having that attitude of gratitude that you're always provided for, that the goddess always opens a new door, that you're always going to have more than you need, that's what's going to bring it in. And being grateful for whatever you have now and for whatever's coming. So take a moment and what does water have to say to you about abundance? I keep muting in between because I have a grandson that gets a little loud and rowdy sometimes. Take another minute. What else does water have to say to you? All of these cards just feel like Virgo cards, very earthy, very practical. And then with air, we have clarity and focus. Two of the many gifts of the air realm are clarity and focus. When working with the elemental forces to enhance our creative activities, We may have a tendency, and I see this a lot when I'm coaching people, to be vague about our intentions, um, well, I'm just gonna create, I want more income, or I want a, whatever it is. We're just it's kind of like airy, and you just can't really touch it. It's not tangible. And we may have a general idea about where we want to go, but the outcome may seem vague or clouded. The universe loves for us to be direct and specific. When it is given a clear, specific directive, it can orchestrate the right events to manifest your true goal more quickly. So there's a lovely little exercise that we do in CCT, and I'm going to do it with you now, just so that you can see what this feels like. So I want everybody to place your hands on second chakra, your creative center, your womb space, right between your hips. And first, this is the first thing that pops into your head. Don't think long about this, but I'm going to ask a question. And I want you to write down the first thing that comes in. So with your hands on second chakra, what do I need? So I want you to write that down. Whatever it is you need, just immediate. It's probably one word. Then move your hands up to your heart. And with both hands on your heart, ask this question. What do I want? What immediately pops in? And with that information, you can put your hands on the side of your face for your head. What do I intend? So when you know what you need, you know what you want, you know how to intend and make a clear intention. So if you're feeling cloudy or unfocused, let your body talk to you. What do I need? What do I want? What do I intend? And then be as specific as you can with that intention. It's not just more fun. I intend to go get my nails done because I think that's fun. Or I intend to go for a walk. If fun is what you want, find something specific and write that down. So I'll give you a couple minutes to journal with air, see if air has anything else to tell you about maybe where you need to be more specific with your intentions. And sometimes your intentions can be your actions. So where do you need to be more decisive and take action? And then fire, motivation. This is one of the most potent powers of fire. And right now, I feel like all of us need a little bit of this. I know I do. And one of the most necessary. Some of us may be able to power through for a short while when we do not feel like doing anything, but this is usually short-lived. Many times we need a big dose of motivation to get our intentions into action. For some, and when I use the word eating, I mean just having income is a huge motivation. If you don't have money to buy food to eat, you might be motivated to do something to get some. This is a very basic level of motivation, but you get the idea. When it comes to motivation, you may need to focus on your why. Why are you doing what you do? Why do you want to manifest your creation, your business, your life in a certain way? When you get clear on your why, it becomes the driving force of what you do. You can harness the motivation to do the things you need to do when you know what that is. Personally, I know all the way down to my toes that the more women we have engaged priestessing the planet, the more opportunity there is for her to survive and thrive and move through this transitional period that she's in and be vibrant. And that is my motivation. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. That's why I do what I do all the time. That's a good motivator for me. For you, it's going to be something else, or it could be something else. So where do you need more of a motivation, and what is your why? Spirit is the catalyst for everything. It lives in the center of the wheel. And the card I pulled for spirit is growth. Spirit is all about growth, inner growth, outer growth, it matters not. Spiritual development is the only game in town, and growth is the only way through the maze that we call life. As we move through our life, sometimes we can feel like our growth is stunted. We may feel stagnant and lethargic, and I think that's been our journey for the past couple of months. During those times, the adage is true, you can't stand still. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. If you're not growing, you're dying. So call on spirit to assist you in your growth, or calling on spirit to assist you in your growth is the perfect solution to stagnation. So where is spirit calling you to grow? I went ahead and pulled a prosperity card out of this deck um, because there's so much emphasis with Pluto on wealth and money. And the card I pulled was track your income. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the number one tool of all the money teachers because it works truly. And it's so simple. You get a notebook, you date the first page with the month and the year, and you number down the page 1 through 30. Every day, no matter what, either first thing in the morning or at night before you go to bed, you figure out how much money you made that day. Even if you only get paid on Fridays, check in every day and you just write zeros where you didn't pull in any income. And, most of the teachers tell you to track all the income in your family. So if you're partnered, you track your partner's income. Some people like to do that separately, but still keep track of it. If you find a quarter on the street or $1 on the street, you track that. You track it all. And at the end of the month, write in the total for the month and then do it again next month and begin to watch. And this will happen. First of all, the bottom number is going to grow. But a lot of times what I have found, when I first started doing this, there'd be a number and then a few zeros and then a number, then a few zeros. Now there's a number in just about every single day. So I make money every single day in some form. So I credit this little practice to helping that happen. And obviously the number at the bottom gets bigger. So this works. It's, anything you want to grow, whether it's client base, if you want to lose weight, what's the best way to do that? Track those markers, track your weight, track what you eat. All of that will serve the purpose that you intend, whether it's to grow or to shrink. It will work. So take a moment. Where is there a place in your world that you need to track? Do you need to track your income? And while you're at it, you may want to just write an intention for your month. What do you need to resist, or what do you need to release? And maybe it's your resistance to tracking your money. So I don't know if you noticed, but just about every single one of these is a Virgo thing to do, a priestess thing to do. And the new Earth Priestess temple doors are now open. I know of no other way to grow as a teacher, healer, woman on this planet than to do this process. And I encourage all of you to consider it. If you are interested, I'm going to post a link when I send out the recording where you can make an appointment with me and chat with me and talk about it if you want to. I'll also post the link for the page that tells you more about it. There's so many things that come along with this. You get entry into sacred rhythms, entry into body wisdom boot camp. You get the card deck that we use here every month. It puts you in a place, a container that holds you. So I highly encourage you to step in. I mean, we couldn't have picked a better time to begin another circle. So it's like make an appointment and let's chat about it. Also, another CCT professional level training is happening the end of this month. So if you've taken personal and you're ready to move on and start doing this for reals, you want to begin learning how to do charts, that starts in this class. Check it out. And Monday is going to be the last day to sign up because we have 3 activations we have to do before we get started. So reach out to me and let me know, or just sign up and we'll get you the information. Okay, we're going to dance and integrate all that we've written down and taken in. We want to just use our body as that shamanic tool and let it mix and match everything. So we're going to get up once again and move. Here we go. All right, everyone. Thanks to all of you for coming. I'll see you this time next month. I give such great thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. I give thanks for these beautiful souls that are doing their sacred work on this planet. And I close this circle in the light. I will see you all soon. You're welcome. So fun.